Dhamma Sabaai Sabaai, Dhamma Talk from the Buddha, June the 11th, 2021. Venerable Father Buddhadasa. Venerable Father Buddhadasa was one of Thailand's most influential and noble monks, who truly followed the path of practice of the Buddha with uncompromising spirit for Dhamma and justice. Based on his direct experience and spiritual achievements, his teachings about Nibbana was clear as day, as if he was splitting open the Nibbana world and exposing it to the people, both foreign and Thai, so that they can accurately grasp the essence of it. As most people do not understand Dhamma language, both ordinary and Dhamma languages were used interchangeably in his teachings to ensure that the people can understand how to put Dhamma into practice so as to make use of it. Than Buddhadasa's teaching focused on true Dhamma and Nibbana, while intentionally leaving aside the supernatural aspects of Buddhism, as they are not for cultivation of the mind, not for the path of practice leading to Nibbana, and as the Buddha stated, not the subjects that the Buddha wished to teach, regardless of their blessing, protective powers, or how sacred they may be. His teaching was thus factual and straightforward. Subsequently, there was some forest tradition of Kammatthana monks that did not accept his way of teaching and even banned his books and publications, despite the fact that his teaching was purely based on Dhamma Vinaya and the path of practice of the Buddha leading to enlightenment. For example, one of his books titled Thammadu Phra Bhikkhu, which deals with inappropriate behavior and misconduct of monks, was banned in some monasteries by shameless monks who wanted nothing related to the path, fruition, or Nibbana, but only entered the monkhood to make a living out of Buddhism. Through his factual and straightforward way of teaching, the tumor religion has gradually been eliminated and accurate understanding about the Buddha's teachings among Thai people restored. Some of the examples of Than Buddhadasa's teaching on true Dhamma include the reason for the ban of betel chewing, smoking, and a new monastic tradition on morning meal. Most Thai monks in the old times were accustomed to betel chewing and cigarette smoking. Than Buddhadasa was the one who recommended that monks should completely give up these habits, as they were unhealthy, unnecessary, and not environmentally friendly, that the world had been markedly modernized, aircons invented to help refresh the air, but smoking did the opposite. In addition, betel and cigarettes were also addictive substances. Luang Por Cha was one of those monks who was accustomed to betel chewing and smoking too. But once he listened to Than Buddhadasa's teachings, he completely agreed and broke off these habits while imposing new rules prohibiting betel chewing and smoking in all branch monasteries. A monastic tradition on morning meal also practiced at the monastery here, where monks and lay people line up to take the food only as much as appropriate and sufficient to prevent leftovers, is also inherited from Than Buddhadasa. The morning meal tradition and the idea of eating all to avoid being greedy and wasting even a single grain of rice has been followed by many Buddhist monasteries in Thailand until nowadays. By going back to the original principles pointed out by the Buddha, Than Buddhadasa practically led the people in the Dhamma practice, enabling the realization of the core of the Buddhism. Through his long monastic years, Than Buddhadasa left a legacy of Dhamma teachings that many regarded as high-level Dhamma, Dhamma that was too difficult for lay followers in cyclic existence or samsara to understand, beyond the worldly knowledge and all the ability of human reason and emotions, lokuttara, such as Dhamma related to Nirodha, or cessation of suffering, and Nibbana. Than Buddhadasa thought otherwise. He viewed that everyone, regardless of each person's experience in Dhamma practice, should have the right and an opportunity to learn and practice this high-level Dhamma, representing the core of Buddhism, and thus receive its fruition. And despite its intricate and profound nature, Tan Buddhadasa was capable of communicating this high level of Dhamma through special techniques and tools, such as photographs, paintings, poems, and poetry, whereby Dhamma was made easy to understand and approachable to ordinary people, relevant in our everyday living and easy to put into everyday practice, while completely retaining the core principles as originally taught by the Buddha. His teaching is, therefore, regarded as a fine extraction and transformation of the Buddhist scriptures, or suttas, canonical texts, abhidhamma, into plain and simple language used in everyday life.